Welcome back. It's another beautiful day to work on the shop on the Zombie Jeep project. My little thermometer in here is reading 100.4, a brisk 100.4, and it means it. Coincidentally, the power has also gone out for some reason. So my fan, well, she's purely decorative. On the docket for today is removing the transfer case. I started to do it last night. I got partway through it, and well, a couple of things conspired against me. One, I was really tired, kind of wiped out from the lateness of the hour and the heat. Also, I was lacking a tool. I needed to go to town today to go buy a tool, which you know that I hate doing, but I could not figure out a way to make an 8mm wrench, so I had to go buy one. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to remove the transfer case so that I can pull the engine and transmission all as one unit. I was hoping to be able to do it with the transfer case, but it turns out it just won't fit out. Luckily I learned that before I tried it. Oh, joy of all joys, power came back on. So my fan actually works now and has got it cooled down to a fairly humane 97.2. On the bad news end of things, my 8mm wrench that I went and bought somehow doesn't fit the 8mm bolts that I need to take off this drive shaft here. So what that means is I'm gonna have to remove the transfer case with that drive shaft attached to it, which makes an already clunky, awkward object much more clunky, much more awkward. So in case you're out there needing to do this job, let me show you what the sequence is, because I think I've just about got the transfer case out. First off, you need to remove the drive shaft from the output back there, and the way to do that is to take off the 4 bolts right there, doot, 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 and then slide it out from there. Just slides out. There's going to be a little bit of residual fluid, but don't worry about it. Next move, if you are able, is to remove these guys so that you can do the same thing. These two, and then the two on the other side, and then you would be able to slide this guy out. There's 4 bolts up there also. You could collapse this shaft and pull the whole thing out. These 2 and the 2 on the other side are the 4 that I can't get out right now, which means that I got to pull this transfer case with the shaft attached. After you've got those things dismantled, that's when you would go for the 6 bolts, 1, 2, 3, and the 3 opposite, that attach the transfer case to the transmission. You get those loose, get the cross member which goes across here that holds the transmission, get that loose, because what we need to do to pull the transfer case out is to lower the transmission so that we can get the transfer case past these fuel lines and such right here. So that's what I'm about to do, is lower the transmission and then just pull that transfer case right off of there. Nothing to it. A little car blood. No human blood, I don't think. No, I think that's good. Now we got the transfer case out. What's next? Now with that transfer case out of the way, I'll go ahead and put on my lifting plate here. And then I will, oh no, I'll drop the bolt because I'm trying to hold the camera. Anyway, I'll get that put on there, and then I'll remove the bolts from my motor mounts here and here, and then we will lift it out with, I'm gonna go with about 6 snags it will take to get it out. I suppose it wouldn't be a complete job without some blood. Now, everything in there is trying to bite you, but when you're down here doing this, where's it at? Right here. This is heat shielding around the exhaust. If you look real closely down there, you'll see something from that Jewel album. That's some pieces of me right there that I left on the job. Now that I've got most of the bleeding and more importantly the crying stopped, it's time to knock out these motor mount bolts and see what's still attached. Got the engine hoist hooked up, got tension on it. Let's go for it.